All right, class, if you got this as one of your recommended videos, then it means you may have had trouble with a stem and leaf plot. So when you get the MSL question, you'll want to first, it will just give you raw data and a bunch of numbers, and they'll all be mixed up. They won't be sorted. And so what you'll want to do is click the little icon where you can open in Excel, and it will automatically, of course, put the numbers down column A in Excel, but they will not be sorted. And so first thing you need to do is highlight your numbers here. Come over here to the sort and filter button right here at the top. Oops, highlight these. Click sort and filter up here. Sort smallest to largest. I know it's running off the screen, but it's just the first one underneath here. Sort smallest to largest. And then you go back and see that they're all sorted. Okay, so when you do that, it's actually, once you sort, it's really easy to get the stem and leaf plot done. So let me minimize this a little bit. All right, so in a number, the very last digit is the leaf. So like in the number 57, then the 7's the leaf. The other part of the number is the stem. So like if you look at these numbers in sorted order, this one has a stem of 5, 5, 7, 7, 7, 8, 8, and so forth, because I'm just looking at those front numbers here, all the way up to a stem of 10 with the number 105, because 5 is the leaf and 10 is the stem. Stem of 10, stem of 12, stem of 12, and stem of 12. So what that means is my smallest stem is a 5 in the number 57. Largest stem is 12 in the number 128. So I'm going to come over here and write stems that go all the way from the smallest to the largest without skipping any numbers. Even if there are no numbers, say in the 60s or whatever, you still put those stems in all the way from 5 to 12, because that was the minimum and the maximum stems. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Excel does not do its own stem plot. That's why I'm drawing this by hand. So it's not great looking, but it's enough to help you figure out what the answer is. Because you're going to be matching it to the correct multiple choice. It's a multiple choice question. You'll be correct. You'll be picking the correct choice that matches your stem and leaf plot. All right, so since the first lowest number was 57, I just go put a 7. That's understood to be the number 50, because here's the stem over on this side, here's the leaf, 57. Then the second number is also another 57, so you have to repeat that leaf again. That is understood to be two numbers, 57 and 57. Then it jumps up to 72 for this third number right here. So that means I'm going to skip the 60s and go right here to a 72. Then I see a 75 over here. I see a 76. And the reason it's so easy when you sort is because not only does it put the stems in order for you to know what stems you need to write down, but the leaves also need to go outward in ascending order, and they're already going to do that if you've sorted it. So you got 2, 5, 6, and then it skips to the number 82 right here. So I got to go up to the 80s, 82, another 82, 84. And again, I'm just looking over here at my numbers, 85, 88. So 85, 88. And then it skips to 91, 91, 96, 97, 98. Then I see a 105. Well, that's the stem 10. So there's my 105, my 106. But then it skips to a 120, a 124, and a 128. There is your stem and leaf plot to match it with the correct choice. And it may ask you something about the length of the rows on a stem plot. Well, the longer the length of a row, if that were to be a histogram, then it would be a higher bar. Like, for example, if I turn this around to be a histogram and put the 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 here, then you can imagine that the 5 would go up to a frequency of 2 right here. The 7 would have a frequency of 3. The 8 would have a frequency of a 5. So would the 9. The 10 would have a frequency of just 2 again. 11, there would be another gap because there were no numbers there, and the 12 would have a frequency of 3. So you just see that the longer the row on a stem plot, it translates to correspond to the higher the bar if it had been something like a histogram. It just implies that the longer the row, the higher the frequency is there. So in the 80s and the 90s, that's where our higher frequencies were. So it's easy to do, but the sorting function is what makes it so easy, because like I said, on the question that you'll get, the numbers will just be given to you as raw data and will not be sorted. So get that imported into Excel, get it sorted, and then it should be pretty easy from there.